Welcome to the Campbells.
It's All Good Podcast.
Welcome to the Campbells. It's All Good Podcast, where our focus is God, healthy marriage, joy, and life. Join us every episode as we share various aspects of healthy relationship goals that we have set for ourselves, provide practical tips for creating the healthy marriage we desire, and how we live life together in God ordained joy. Jesus, others, yourself.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 2. Today we're going to talk about we laugh, we joke, we have fun.
According to Google search, love and laughter are core components of a joyful life, strengthening relationships and creating lasting memories. Embracing these elements means finding humor in daily moments, fostering connection, and choosing happiness. A good quote to live by is, "Loving life is the best way to have it love you back."
So, when you think about laughing, joking, and having fun, what are some of the things that come to mind? And you would definitely want to, at least I would hope that you want to, be able to do those things with your spouse. That person should be like your best friend, someone that you can, if you can communicate and talk with them about anything, you should be able to laugh, joke, and have fun with them. And we laugh all the time, we joke all the time, and we have fun together as a couple.
Woohoo!
We have done so many things together. I have lost track of the places we've been, the laughs that we've had, and all the memories that we've already shared just so far again within this first 2 years. So it has definitely been an amazing ride for us.
It definitely has. Having fun is, I think, like a core of a good relationship because my mindset is if you can't have fun with your partner, I mean, why are y'all together? And so when I think about when Brian and I first met, I believe that in the first few weeks of us courting each other and planning dates, we were intentional about having dates that were a lot of fun. And they don't have to be elaborate. I mean, we were going, bowling. We would go to a park. We would go, what else did we do? Like just driving the car. Like sometimes that was fun just because of the fact it gave us alone time to just talk to one another and get to know each other better as we were learning each other. And so I think that that's another core thing that couples should really look into is just knowing that you have found somebody that is in your space that you can have fun with, that you can laugh with. It's easy, it's not forced. And then that entails the joking and everything, especially when you get comfortable. And I know I can be a jokester, so I usually would do that sometimes, when we're nervous. But with Brian, I could joke around with him, and it just felt natural. It just felt like I'm having fun with my best friend. At the time when we were dating, we're courting, getting to know each other. And then now we're married, and we're still laughing, we're still having fun, and we still joke around, and we're playful with one another. And I think that's so important because I feel like when couples may lose that or other factors come in, because I know we both were in those stages in our previous marriages where kids were growing up, we're raising kids, and sometimes you get lost in that. You get lost in being a parent and running in all the different schedules that you have, whether it's work schedules, sports schedules, extracurriculars, church schedules, things like that. But like we are at the point of our lives, like I said in our last episode, that we are empty nesters. And so we are intentional about having fun together, just laughing and joking and keeping things light when it needs to be. And then just all those memories that we're building as we're growing as a couple.
And so you may not know, so Lania is a virtual school teacher. So when I would get home and we talk about each other's day, those will always could lead to very interesting conversations with lots of laughs. I remember being home sometimes during the week and I can listen to her teach. And some of the answers that those kids were given, like I was through. Done, done, done. I've heard kids say things that I was like, oh my God, it was so, so funny. So, being able to do that, being able to share with her how my day was, what I was able to do that day, and what's going on, or what's coming up for me. We've definitely shared a lot of laughs for that because she had one interpretation as to how she thought my day was going or how she thought the things that I was doing. And some days that was totally not it.
Oh my gosh,
So
so
it
different.
was it was definitely lots of laughs that come with that.
Yes.
So when she also talked about like just riding in the car, riding in the car, she's going to sing. She's going to try to get me to sing.
And he
She's
can really
going
sing,
to
guys.
uh, do just all kinds of stuff that just keeps both of us laughing. And just doing things intentional, holding hands while we're in the car together, and just going to the malls, getting out, doing whatever. And again, oftentimes we didn't spend a lot of money doing anything. We just got
Exactly.
out and just some basic stuff, but we made it fun because we enjoyed being around each other. And that has been important to us as we established our foundation in the beginning. Communication and laughing and joking and just having fun was always important, and that is something I hope we don't ever lose, and I don't
Yeah,
see
me
us losing
too.
that because we're very intentional about a lot of things that we're doing.
Well, I was just thinking about when you were talking, babe. Like I remember, especially in our beginning stages when we first began, and even when we first got married. Remember, I had purchased cards. I think this was on our honeymoon. I had purchased conversation starter cards. Remember that?
Yes, yes, I
And
do.
so, like, that really helped us a lot because the conversation starters, even though we didn't lack in starting a conversation because we talk to each other all the time, but the good part is that it had us think about the answer. But a lot of times we would be laughing or we would kind of be a little bit shy at first to give the answer because, we had to kind of like unmask ourselves. And some of the stuff that we shared with each other was really funny to the opposite person. And so it would just get us laughing, or we would see that we had so many similarities, so that would make us laugh and start, going down a rabbit hole because we start telling stories about growing up or things that have happened to us. And I mean, sometimes we can be like that laugh when you get on the floor cracking up, because we just enjoy hearing what the other person is going to say. I even think a family member bought us another game where we had to answer like different levels of questions. And that was a good one because it definitely gave you questions that were going to make you laugh, sometimes get you out of your comfort zone, even though this is your spouse, but sometimes we do get out of our comfort zones. But the funny part is that it allows us to joke, and we can playfully joke where we're not hurting one another's feelings or things like that. But we are just taking the time to just spend with one another and just laugh because we know that laughing releases endorphins that make us feel good, just like when we are exercising. So why not laugh? And why not laugh with your partner?
And it's definitely good to laugh, especially after some of those days. In our first podcast, we talked about life be lifing, right? And so it's always good to
Mm-hmm.
laugh and to help kind of get through some of those things, and to depending on what it was, to be able to share those laughs with other people, and to talk about what my wife did or said today, and just to have that laugh, and they may not necessarily think sometimes that is funny, but internally to us we
Yes.
know some of the laughs behind it because we also know some of the conversations that were behind the scenes that we don't tell anybody about. So that being able to laugh is definitely a core component
Yeah.
to a good relationship because again, life is gonna life. Life is gonna throw things at us. And sometimes you have to laugh your way through it. I remember one of the stories where I'm laughing to keep from crying. So,
Yeah.
sometimes you may have to do that to kind of push yourself through or to push your partner through. Because when I first met Lania, she had some things going on, like as we all did, right? And so she cried a lot,
I was a
and
little
so
Carl
she
Thomas
little thing
emotional.
going on. She was crying, but I'm so glad and so thankful that those days are behind us. I
Yes.
mean, because now we talk about everything, we laugh about everything, and it's just so different because I felt like she just needed to get some of those things out.
Yeah, but that's
And
why I feel like I can laugh now because I had so many of those other things from the past that, just being with you, Brian, you brought out of that joy out of me. Not to say that I didn't have joy before you, because, like we have mentioned just in our motto in our podcast, that our joy comes from Jesus. But you were the added bonus of that joy, which turned into laughter, which turned into fun, which turned into joking that gave us even more laughter. And so I just say thank you for that, babe. Thank you.
you're quite welcome. Thank you. You're quite welcome. Quite welcome. Glad I could be of service. Glad I could be of service.
I love it. I love it.
Just another thing that I bring to the table. So,
Do y'all hear
just
this?
another thing that I bring to the table. So what are some things that you also think about when you think about laughter, joy, joking, and just having fun? So, when we look to do something simple, because we're at that point now, basically, when I travel for a military trip, my wife comes with me, and we enjoy that time
Yeah.
together. And just to be able to get away, learn about other cultures, see other things, do other things, and just to continue to laugh and to have those moments where we can just share that together. So we have definitely experienced a lot. We spend a lot of time up in Northern Virginia. We try to go to the mountains area a couple of times because we're always somebody wants to go see a bear in the mountains, which we've never seen.
I'm going to see a bear, guys.
And just to be able to get out and do things and just truly have fun and enjoy being around each other.
Yeah, and it makes me think too. I think we had a conversation. I can't remember exactly when, but I remember us saying that we were going to be intentional about the fun that we have, and usually that fun centers around travel because we do both like to travel, whether it's by airplane, whether it's in the car, because my honey loves to drive. And yes, I have become the passenger princess. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
Next level.
I'm talking sleeping, snoring, everything. Wake up and say, you need me to drive, and then go back to sleep. But we'll get back to that. But I remember us having a conversation that said, that we said that we wanted to at least be intentional to plan a trip every quarter. So we know that we're going to take some type of trip uh, through each quarter. So winter, spring, summer, and fall, like just like the song. And so we have pretty much stuck to that for the most part. Sometimes we get some extras in there, some getaways when we're just like, you know what? We want to get away, and we'll do it. And those spontaneous times for laughter and fun and joking have been some great memories.
And even if it's, just a weekend trip, take a Friday off work and we leave out Thursday or we leave out early Friday. We're
Hmm.
somewhere Friday, Saturday, come back late Sunday, or either take Monday off as well and come back on a Monday. Just a quick little trip to get away, hang out, see something new, see something different, experience different foods because I mean, she's got me eating foods that were not even a starter previously. I mean, broccoli, asparagus, all this
Oh,
other
hold on.
stuff.
What's our favorite? What's our favorite now?
The pho,
Like pho.
pho. I mean, I actually eat that stuff and like I smash it now. Like, oh
And
my god, it's
sometimes
so
twice
good.
in a week.
It's like this is stuff is so good. And it's like, man, because, I'm one of those guys. She'll ask me, well, do you like this? No, I don't. Have you ever had it? Nope. I just know I'm not going to like it. So it's just like now she's got me trying all this stuff, and 90% of it I actually do like. I must admit that I actually do like the majority of the stuff. So
Yeah,
it's
you've
been
gotten
good.
much better. I'm proud of you. Let me give you a hand, babe.
Go ahead, celebrate.
Because let me tell you about my husband. He has come a long way, baby. Didn't one of the cigarette ads used to say that? And so, and then it doesn't help that you are smoking hot anyway. I mean, that's so cheesy, but I just had to say it. But and he knows I'll laugh at my own jokes. Um,
She does. She does.
but like he was saying, just the time that we spend together pours into that laughter, pours into those joking moments, and definitely allows us to have fun. We just are that couple that we just want to enjoy each other all the time. This is for both of us, our second go around, and we definitely wanted to be in a space where now that we're older, I would like to say that we're a lot wiser, and we definitely pray for wisdom. And so we want to do those things that we just always wanted to do. Again, we know in those earlier years when we were raising kids, and like any parent, we pour into our children. Not that we necessarily forgot about ourselves and to have fun and things like that, but would you agree, honey, that like our fun is different?
Oh yeah, it's definitely different now. You know, again, keep talking about life be life and right. So definitely when we're faced with those challenging times, especially when it comes to the kids, it can be hard. It can be hard.
Yeah,
It can be stressful, and you're trying to figure out what's the right thing to do. And so that definitely can put a strain on things, but we still be are able to find a way somehow to laugh through all that, to joke through all of that, and to kind of push through some of that as well. But that goes back to having that firm foundation
yeah,
about how we came together, the
exactly.
communication, and it always goes back to, what can we pray for each other for?
Yeah,
And what can we pray together as a couple that we need to see happen in our lives? So that has definitely been an important part of how we got to where we are thus far. And I'm just excited to see what's to come because
yeah,
I know that the best is yet
agreed.
to come.
And what I heard too, as you were speaking, was balance. That we have to balance those things, so that we can have more laughter, more fun, more joking. Because again, life is going to life, challenges are going to arise. Not even just with Brian and myself, but, we have kids. They might have some things going on. And any good parent, is going to stop what they're doing, take the time to listen, to help out all those things that we know that we do for our children. It could be a family member, it could be a friend. And so we have also learned healthy boundaries and when we need to stop and take that time to just be in our own little bubble or to get away and things like that. And so, because of the fact that we've put in these healthy boundaries, and you'll hear us talk a lot about healthy boundaries because that is something that we have learned and love to learn and love to share with others. And so, because of that, when we do have that time, just whether we're at home or whether we have traveled somewhere else, that we are just thoroughly enjoying one another, and so that we feel like this is how we are now, this is how we're going to be in another 20 years, 30 years, Lord willing 40 years, until we're no longer on this earth. And so the blessing is that we have found a friendship with one another.
Yeah, and that's truly what it's all about. This has definitely been unlike any relationship that I have been in. This has been
Amen.
like so easy. This is like everything has
Yes.
just felt right
Yes.
from the beginning, and so it's just been a joy to experience this, and it's important that others should experience this also. We haven't done anything spectacular to do any of this. It's
Yeah.
just been intentional. It's been prayer. It's been
Yes. 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 Yes.
foundation. It's been just
Balance.
huh.
Balance.
It's absolutely been balanced. Trying to make sure we do those check-ins. I used to get very frustrated with her because she used to want to do a check-in, and I'm like, "What are we checking in for?" But it's just like those check-ins are important, and
They
just to
are.
be able to talk about things that are possibly going on that the spouse may or may not know, or that
Hmm.
they just need some clarification as to kind of what you're saying and where are you trying to go to.
Yeah, because that goes
So that's
back
been
to,
important.
but babe, that goes back to, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that goes back to not assuming. So when we make sure that we're intentional, like you said, to check in and to talk, and then, we're intentional in that, we can even sometimes laugh at that because the fact that because we said what we needed to say, I think there's been times when we're like, well, I thought you were going to do this. I thought you were going to say this, and it kind of gives us a little chuckle here, or we can make a joke out of it, just for the mere fact that we took the time to talk to one another. And that goes back to what we were talking about again in episode 1, just how well we converse with one another. And so with that conversation comes the laughter, comes the joking, and comes the preparation to have the fun that we have had. And I just feel so blessed because, like Brian said earlier or before, like our fun doesn't have to cost us a lot. Our fun can, like we said, be something as simple as when we're exercising together. Cause y'all should see my baby when he is exercising with me. Like we're gonna have to talk about that. Cause I mean, I am just tickled. He might not be tickled.
Zero coordination. Zero coordination. But I will get the job done.
He will, because we sweating. But I am tickled. And like sometimes I don't laugh out loud, but internally I am tickled. And I think he knows I am, because I think he is
I
too.
know. Yes. I know. Zero coordination. Watching the TV, watching her, all off step, all off beat. No clue what they're doing, but I'm doing something and I'm breaking the sweat.
And then I'm the Debbie Allen, and they're like, "Come on, babe, on the 2 and 4."
It's a fun time.
It is a fun time. It is a fun time. But I mean, again, we're having fun. We're doing something that we need to do, getting our workout in, and we're spending that quality time together. So that's the greatest part, is that all of that goes together. So like, I mean, again, there's so many stories that we can share. It doesn't take a lot of effort when it comes to those things, I don't think, babe. What do you think?
No, it definitely doesn't. I think probably one of the biggest things that takes a lot of effort for us, and I'm sure many couples can identify with this. What are we having for dinner?
That's the biggest laugh of the day.
Oh my God. That right there is just like a whole conversation. What are we having for dinner? And then they're like, if I say something, well, no, we just had that a couple days ago. Then if she says something, nah, I don't want that. And then that just gets into a whole conversation.
It does. Or the infamous, babe, what do you want for dinner? I don't know. What do you want? And it just ping pongs back and forth.
And then we'll sit there. By this time, now we're strolling on our phones or we're watching something on TV. An hour goes by, and then it's like, we never decided what we're eating for dinner.
Yes.
So then we end up going somewhere to get something to eat for dinner, and we don't know where we're going to go because she doesn't like to go to multiple restaurants. I don't care if you get something in one place and I get something somewhere else. Perfectly okay with that. But for her, no. We're going to get something at the same place. No need to be going to multiple places. And then I'm thinking, but you're the passenger princess. You're not even going to drive to get us to the other place.
No, that's wasting gas and time.
All of that turns into some laughs and some jokes
sure
and some, who's eating what, and just another good time.
And the sad part is, it's frequently.
Just like every day that ends in Y.
Pretty much.
How much it is.
So we know we're not the only couple that deals with that. So we're trying to get better, though. I think we said we're going to try to come up with a chart. The first thing that we did was make a list of all the things that we eat. But see, this is where, and I know we're getting off topic a little bit, but this is where Brian and I are different. He likes the same thing and he can eat that repeatedly. I do not. I'm a foodie. I like to try. I'll eat certain things over and over, but it's got to be spread out, and I like to try different things. And so that's where I am proud of him, because he has tried a lot of those different cuisines, and I give him kudos. I'm going to give him props when props are due, because he has definitely grown out of the man that I first met that was pretty much a chicken fingers and fries kind of guy. I mean, what are we, 5? But nonetheless, he is eating gourmet meals now. And have you made me some? I feel like you've tried to make me some.
I've burnt up some stuff along the way, so definitely done that. Put too much salt in and all the other stuff. I've done all of that, but I tried. A for effort.
Yeah, it's the effort.
That all led to laughs.
It sure did.
Because we laugh now because every time that I'm in the kitchen cooking, she's always around telling me what I'm doing wrong, telling me how she would do it, and I have to remind her, but it's my turn to cook. Or I'm cooking tonight. I got this, and yeah. that also turns into another laugh.
It sure does. So again, it doesn't have to be anything planned out. Sometimes it's just how everyday life is flowing, to have laughter, to be joking with your spouse, and then also just having good old fun. And that's the thing that I love about our relationship, because nothing is forced. We respect one another, and we always, I think we always try to get each other to laugh or smile or something, because I think we naturally do it anyway, for the most part. But I just feel like that's just like one of our things that internally we want to see. I know I want to see Brian laughing. I want to see him smiling. I want to see him having fun. I know there's going to be days that are heavy. And even though sometimes on those heavy days, I still get the smile out of him. I still get the laugh out of him.
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing, and it's a lot of fun to be able to do that with your partner, to be able to do that with your spouse, and just to enjoy each other, and to love, and to live, and to laugh, to
Yes.
joke, and to have fun.
Yes.
So as we prepare to sign off for today, we look forward to next week
Yeah, episode
with
3.
our episode 3,
Whoop, whoop.
with more exciting conversations and more things that we are talking about. And these are just two practical people living everyday life,
Yes.
just trying to share some good news and trying to show the love of Jesus.
Yes.
So until next time,
remember, joy, Jesus, others, yourself.
goodbye, everybody.
See
Have
you
a good
later.
time. Bye bye.